Hello everybody, Cindy here for Getting Artsy with Cindy. And we are usually on Monday nights, but I was in Akron, Ohio for a trade show, Adventures in Stamping this weekend, and driving 12 hours on Monday. So it was an awesome trade show. I hope you guys, when you see that we're at one of these shows, come out and see us because it's so great to see you guys in person. So so that's why we're Thursday night. So usually again Monday nights at 7:30. So we are live and we are in YouTube. We are on YouTube and Facebook. So I can't watch both at the same time. I'm just checking here and give you guys a second to hop on, make sure I can see comments. I'm going to be watching for the comments on the YouTube channel. So because there's Facebook's been kind of weird and hopping all over the place. So let's if you want to leave comments and want them answered right away, hop on over to the Get Artzy YouTube channel. And I'm just going to get it set up here so I can see your comments. So let me know if you're here. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a shout out. Tell me where you're watching from. Hi, Sandy. Okay. It's always good when I see that first one hop on so I know you're there and you can see me. So give me a thumbs up, Sandy, if you can hear me okay. And I'm going to try and watch all the comments. And just need to set it up so I can see. And there's Harriet and Lisa. Great seeing you too, Lisa in Akron. I hope you enjoyed the trade show. It is always fun to get to jump back in and get to see you guys in person. We will be in, I'm going to say this wrong. We'll post it on the website, but we are going to be in Collinsville outside of St. Louis in July. Yes, in July. And then the first week of August is always Stamp Away in Cincinnati. So we're going to be there. And it looks like I'm going to be outside of Dallas in November for a show. So those are the 4 big trade shows where I pack up and do the whole booth thing. And hi in North Kansas City. So anyway, you guys, I am going to be in North Kansas City on tomorrow morning at a printer doing a press check for our new collection. Yay, I'm so excited. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek on that. All right, so I will keep kind of trying to turn over here and watch as we make a card today. So I wanted to show you, well, let's flip this camera around and okay. All right, so this is our new stamp set. It's called Ciao Bella, and it is going to have paper. Now this is just printed off my color printer, so the color is totally not right. I just saw the press sheets yesterday, so this is a little bit muddied, not quite. This is more pink, right? This paper looks a little more coral and stuff. So the color for the scrapbook paper is much brighter, and you're going to love it. So this is just a sneak peek of what the scrapbook page looks like, the 12 by 12 paper. So as you guys know, when I design paper, I design the stamps and dies to go with it. So there's the car. The die for that is going to cut the stamped image, but also the images out of the paper. These you'll be able to cut right out of the, they're in here in the stamp set. So you'll be able to cut those out of the paper with the dies that match. So it's really fun. The whole line is really, I'm excited about it. The colors were just really bright and cheery. So we're going to make a card with this today because I just could not wait any longer. Now this is a very basic card, just a simple card front, which is totally fine. Love it. I think it's cute. This paper is also, that's on the back of that. It's going to be on the back of this paper, so that's going to be really cute. But I wanted to just make another card and make it a short fold and just give you another idea of what you can do just to make it a little bit more unique than just a simple card. So that's what we're going to do. And then at the end, we'll go ahead and color a little bit just so I can kind of give you some ideas on how to get that kind of more rounded shape of the car so it's not so flat. So I'll give you some coloring tips on that with the Olo markers afterwards. First, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what I did with, or what I'm going to do with this card. So standard A2 size card. I want to make a short fold of the front with a curvy line, or like a curvy short fold. Now, with a die this long, this is our slimline dies. With a die this long, it's not going to fit. Like, if I originally was thinking I'll do a light blue cardstock piece, the whole thing, and then cut this as a curve. Well, that's not going to fit. I don't have like the giant die cutting machine, like the 12 inch or whatever. I have a standard one. So this obviously is not going to go through a whole piece of paper. So this is another way to do it. I cut just the blue, then I can do the short fold on this, and I'll show you how we're going to adjust the base. So I hope you guys have had a great week. This week has gone so fast since I was out of town. Okay. So also, let me show you the dies I'm using. We have different ones. This is the curved slimline borders. So I'm using the one that's just not as slopey. Is that a word? I don't know. It just doesn't have a really deep one. This has got the deeper one. So I'm using the middle one. And then this one with the lacy edge matches this. You could use these together. Today I'm not using them. I'm just going to use this one. Then we have this one with really deep curves. I love this one when I'm doing snow or a small card that I want it to look like it has mountains and stuff. I use this one probably the most out of everything. And then we have this one, which is the clouds and the grass. Love the grass. This time of year I tend to use this a ton. Excuse me. Tickle in my throat. That's good timing. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm not going to use the grass for this one, but I just wanted to show you that. Also, the way I designed this grass die, if you took a rectangle piece of the green paper, run that grass in the middle of it, you actually can use both sides. Because of the way the grass works, the opposite of this looks just as good as this. You know, both sides look great that you can use for grass. Sometimes it's a definite just one direction. So this one, I love the fact that it works for both. Then this one we are going to use, and this is the clouds. So these are just the fun extra dies for this time of year that I think are fun to use. All right, let's get started. I just want a nice little slope here. And do I want it more than that? No, I think that's good. Okay. All right, so don't need this, but I'll definitely use that for another piece. I never throw anything away because let me show you this, because the way this die works, it's got a pierced edge on both sides of the cut. So here's your finished edge, but look at this piece. It's also a finished edge with a stitch on it. So that's why I'm going to save that, because, I mean, how perfect is that for another project? So I love that about these dies. Okay, now, if we're going to glue this on here, I can't open this up and cut that same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to slide this up a little bit. I could cut this totally straight, but I didn't want to, because when I lift it, I don't want that straight edge. So I'm moving this up a little bit, just a little. I'm just holding it in place because this isn't that important. It's just a little detail. Then I'm going to come up. I don't want to cut my blue, but I'm going to use it as my guide. I'm using my longer scissors so I can make the cut a little bit smoother. And I'm just going to cut that off. Don't need that. Now, let's move this out of the way. All right, now let's go ahead and glue this on. I just used this. Let's see. It's a little bit low. There it goes. If you guys have one of these, when you start to get a little bit low on the glue, you just have a refill of glue nearby and fill the same. Just open this up and fill it up some more. I love this. It's just, again, when it gets low, it doesn't come out quite as good, but all right. All right, now you're going to see it's just because I cut that at a slope, it matches it. So when you lift the card up, it's just not straight across. Again, it's a little teeny detail. I just kind of like the fact that I was able to do the little swoop at the same angle, and it just finishes it out a little bit nicer. So, all right. Now, again, this is the paper. This is just printed off my printer, so it's not the best color on here because, again, it's kind of fake. It's not the real one that's going to be printed. I wanted you to be able to see that road from underneath, so love that. But that's kind of boring to have this straight across. So we're going to take one of these little lines and use that as our guide to cut. I want to make sure it's tall enough so it's hidden under there. So if I look at this spot, hold my finger there, I need to be at least at that line here. So I'm just going to cut along the white line. This is probably when it would be handy to have my glasses on. There we go. We can use this for another card. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down here. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Wait a second. Okay, I'm putting glue on here, but so it totally could be just white and you leave that and that's where you write your sentiment. But I decided, I forgot I was going to do this. I'm going to add this to the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and put this on here. I'm a little bit wide, so I just need to trim this down just a hair. And that's going to fit in there nicely. I love opening a card and having it not just plain boring white. Nice little surprise on the inside. I don't think everybody expects something on the inside, so why not give them something a little bit extra? Okay. All right, then to write, you can write your sentiments on the blue, but why not have a fun area? Poke out the little holes. And let's see, do we want to put anything? Let's stamp something on the inside. Let's do savor every sunrise. We're going to put Ciao Bella on the front and save this one on the inside. So I already have a tag here for the other one. Might as well do them at the same time. It's just going to go at the very top of this. Do I have another magnet? Yes, I do. There we go. And we're going to use our Dare to be Artsy black ink. This is what I stamped the car in that we're going to color in, because our inks will not bleed. Okay. Our inks are a hybrid. There we go. So that can go on the inside, and we're going to put this on the outside. I did not. I had used this die so many times. So when you're using, this was on our bag die. I've used it so many times that the little other colored papers are still in the little holes. So if you're doing something with these little holes, you might want to like poke those out after a couple times so that it makes a clean cut. So just a little FYI on that. Ah. I think that looks good. There we go. And then this closes up. And then our car, I am going to go ahead and cut this one out so we can finish this card. Is that the one I want to use? We want to make this kind of bold. Let's do the red one. Let's do this one. Okay, and hold on just a sec. I'm back. I had to go run and grab our die. It's got all these great pieces in it. If you don't already know about our dies, although most of you right now that are on here right now have our dies, I like the fact that they're all cut apart. You don't have to worry about snipping them and stuff. When I first started designing and producing the dies, I had them all attached like a lot of the other stamped die companies do, where you have to snip them apart. But I didn't want you guys to have to snip them apart. So I would literally sit there and snip apart and file them down and then package them all by myself. And I was like, okay, well that was not gonna work for the long haul. So found a different manufacturer. So I didn't have to do that, and I get to give you guys dies that are cut apart. That's how that happened. There we go. Cute, cute. Again, I'm going to show you, we'll do some coloring tips too. I just wanted to go ahead and finish our card first. All right. Then we have our cloud, which I thought was really cute. I'm going to just run this up here. So this whole collection is called Coastal Getaway. One of the stamps is got an image from Santorini, and it's going to have paper also, so kind of this whole Mediterranean vibe. And then I thought it would be cute to have this pop up, and we're going to have this pop up. Let's put a ribbon on this. I'm going to fold this in half and pull this through. Oh, whoops. It sounds easier than it is. It's kind of a teeny hole. And I got these nails on. Come on. Oh my goodness. Alright, where's my little cheap things? It's alright. I'll get it. Okay. That's taking too long. I'm going to just do it the regular way. I can't do this with my nails. There we go. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm going to wrap this around, put both of these through, and pull. There, that looks good. And let's snip these off. Okay. You know, I love to pop everything. So we're going to pop that. Pop it down here because I don't want to cover up all the clouds. And then let's pop the car. I want the little wheels to hang down. So let me know if you guys have any questions. These are, this is, again, it's our newest collection. The stamps and dies are in. The papers, I press check is tomorrow, so we hope to have them deliver probably by the end of next week. I'm very excited about it. So if you guys are local, come out and see it. Otherwise, if you guys order now, I think the papers are on the website now too, again, but they won't ship until next week. I love just angling her a little bit. I think that's fun. The other thing that we have that I think is fun is, everything's fun. Do I have one? We'll do this one. Is the little bow. This is just on my regular cardstock is a little bit thin, but it's okay. I designed this bow to be, I thought it would be really cute on the car. You don't have to, but I think it's, I'm not going to say it, it's fun. All right, let's do this. Oh good, Pam tried the Get Artzy glue. She loves it. So in that glue, what if you end up doing like the glue press, it comes with an empty container. So one of the containers has the Nuvo glue in it, which is nice. And then the empty one, I have the Get Artzy glue as well as the art glitter glue. Both are nice, and they will, you could just put them in the empty container, so you can use, you know, just have both going. So I know Harriet said she used to use like the tape runners. I used all the time. I still do use my big gun, you know, tape thing. But once I started using the better glue, like I'm not going to use Elmer's glue because I just don't think it works as well. But this other, the Nuvo Art Glitter Glue and Barely Glue, I love them. So I started using them so much more. It doesn't, when I started, like when I would just use like Elmer's glue, it would, I thought it like, you know, it kind of make the paper kind of puffy and stuff. I just didn't like it. So again, when I changed to this other kind of glue, it works great. Okay, so you're like, what are you gonna do with that bow? You can put the bow anywhere, but look how cute it is on the back of the car. That was my intent. I just think it's kind of unique. Okay, don't let that show from the other side. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to put it right there on the bumper. Isn't that adorable? So now instead of just kind of a simple card, which is great, and it's just, you know, more just front. Oh, look what we're missing. We need to add the bow or add a little heart. These are the Groovy Party Enamel Stickers. And let's just put one. Well, since we're using the red card, let's add the red heart. There we go. Oh, we could do it so it comes off the little word. There. That ties the red in. Again, two different ways to do a card, and just ignore the fact that these pinks are kind of wonky because it's coming. The new one is coming. But this is cute. But look how much, you know, of a little extra pizzazz it is. When you open it up, you've got this nice little blue trim and then fun little inside. So just to give you guys a quick, easy way to make a difference in your card. All right, let me go ahead and just color this up for you guys, just so you guys have an idea of what you're going to do. Just some tips on the coloring. Let me get I'm going to show you. We're doing this one. Let's tear that apart. So I'm just going to kind of show you this. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. All right, so these are some of the colors that we're using. Well, you probably can't read that. All right, I'll tell you as I am coloring them. All right, so we're going to use some pinks. And this is R5-1. I'm going to actually do the dark first. This is R5-3. And if the light is kind of coming from the top of the card down, then the dark is going to be around the edges. It's going to be underneath the hood. Go along there. That's the little hood. And then below there and around the back edge. Probably on the underneath side of the flowers as well. A little bit of shadow. A little bit of pink in here. It's going to be the darker pink kind of hiding in here. Some of that can be green too. But that gives you kind of a start, and then we can always come back to that. And then the rest of it is that lighter pink, so I can just blend that out. So if these colors are too far away from each other, you can easily grab a piece of plastic. I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to write my darker color there, pick it up with the lighter one, and blend it a little bit more. So darker, lighter, blend it out. That helped blend that quite a bit. I'm just going to let some of the light, shine on there a little bit more. Okay, make sure when you're remembering which color your lid goes onto. There we go. All right, so those are your pinks. And then I take a gray just for the bumper. You can use like the CG1 or CG3. I'm not going to fill the whole bumper in, again, because I want it to look like there's some dark and light. So I'm just going kind of on the underneath of the bumper. That's all it needs, simple. Maybe our little puppy dog is gray. Well, if he's like kind of a white puppy, you can use the grays to make the shadow. And then, what else do we want to do? The blue. There's a light blue. I'm going to go ahead and do our window. And then just come in with that. Let's see. Our tires. If you're going to do black tires, don't color it in black because you'll lose all the detail. Color it in a dark gray. Skin color. I'm doing the OR20. So you can see her little arm back here. A little bit of her neck. I didn't have her facing you because I didn't want you to have to worry about coloring a face. The flowers, those are just basic colors. You guys can do anything with that. A little bit of light. And then her hair. This brown is running out a little bit. Okay, so I designed her hair just kind of, I didn't add like extra streaks in it. So what you could do is come back in and kind of create your own little streaks with a darker brown and just go from the hat down. Maybe a little down here, just so she has a little variation. And then I'm leaving it. Keep it simple. What else do we want to do? Okay. Let's go ahead and do a red hat. And red shirt. All right. And let's do the blue bow. I'm going to come in with the darker blue. Brush out. I'm not even worrying too much about those streaks. And then the lighter blue on top. You can always add more contrast, which I can pull out a darker blue to add a little bit more contrast. Let's see what I have. This is very simple coloring. Look at that. Very good. And then again, the flowers, you're just going to pick all your little bright flowers to fill in the car. So that is how you color up the car. You can make it a little more contrasty, but that gives you some ideas. So I hope you guys like that. Again, here's your two little cards. And Coastal Getaway is the name of the new collection. It's all in our What's New section of the website. So I hope you enjoyed that today. We will be, like, all of the sets, there's like 5 of them. Anyway, all of the new sets in the collection we're going to start doing every Monday night, kind of spread them out. I think this card can be really cute for Mother's Day. We've got different, like, Best Mom stamp set. Mother's Day is going to be coming up. I think this could be a really fun Mother's Day card as well. So you guys have a great week. If you don't have any questions, I will kind of keep an eye on here. So if anybody hops in later and wants to ask a question, feel free, and I'll kind of keep an eye on it. And I think that is it. So you guys have an awesome weekend, and we will see you again Monday night. Take care.